Alright guys, welcome to another installment of T-Bone's Tender Moments. By this point you guys should have already seen T-Bone's Southern Ride's debut. So that's in the bank. Now this has been brought to my attention, and I have been asked a million times, when are you going to do the Pirates video? Now, I did the video saying that I was going to kind of back off with the Pirates thing. So I'm actually going to go ahead and lay one of the pirate videos on you today. So, woohoo! Pirates have arrived. Here we are. So, I'm going to begin this video, and there's going to be a series. It's going to be different videos. It'll be an actual pirate series. But the first pirate that I'm going to attack is probably overall, he's in my top 3 favorite pirates of history. And he is actually not a real pirate. He was a character that was made up. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Long John Silver. And of course, we all know Long John Silver made his first appearance in Treasure Island, the old Lewis Robert Stevenson book, Treasure Island. The character of Long John Silver in the movie Treasure Island was very, his background was very murky, and he was played off in a rather anti-hero kind of way. And being a kind of an anti-hero character, he was really portrayed well. And the guy who portrayed him in that movie was Robert Newton. Now, Robert Newton would go on to become probably what most would consider the stereotypical, if you talked about a pirate, you were talking about Robert Newton, with an R and the one leg, and the whole thing was just, he was just a character that was just, if you could imagine what it was like being on a pirate ship, you would think that every pirate talked like Robert Newton and walked like Robert Newton, and man. But there was actually a second movie made that was just called Long John Silver. Now these movies, guys, were made back in the, I think Long John Silver was actually made either in the very late 50s or early to mid 60s. It was sometime right in there, and I did know that, and it was in my brain matter at one time, but it's gone now. But I love the story Treasure Island. You know, I first read it in school when I was a kid, and then the very first time I watched the movie, I mean, I fell in love with the character Long John Silver, because he was, to spite himself, he was a very likable character in the story. But of course, you know, you think about, can a pirate be a likable character? Well, of course, he made things about himself that was relatable. But Robert Newton, again, he actually made a real good pirate. Like I said, that he made Treasure Island, Long John Silver. There was actually a third movie, and I think it was made sometime in the 80s, I want to say, or it might have been the real early 90s, called Return to Treasure Island. But of course, all the characters have changed. Robert Newton, of course, wasn't playing Long John Silver, and the guy who played Long John Silver, for my money, wasn't as good as Robert Newton was playing the character Long John Silver. And, you know, the character Long John Silver, in the very beginning, he was kind of like a Captain Jack Sparrow from, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean. He was essentially a captain who had a crew but didn't have a ship. and you think about pirate captain, and you think about, well, if you're going to be a pirate captain, you've got to have a pirate ship. But Robert Newton, again, I liked his acting, the way he brought the character to life. You know, of course, Jim was the kind of the heroine, or the hero, not sorry. But yeah, that was probably my favorite. One of my favorite movies as a kid was Treasure Island. Of course, I remember reading the book. The book was very long. I actually listened to it here a while back on Spotify. I actually listened to the audio book of Treasure Island again. Went back and revisited the story. Jim Hawkins, of course, who, like I said, he was the hero character. And I can't remember the little boy who played him in the movie, but man, he did a great job. He was just a young kid out there, and he got through into a scary situation with some scary guys, and, you know, he handled it like a trooper. But you know, Treasure Island was one of those that were, to me, anytime you mention Long John Silver, you're diving into the fantasy part of the pirate world. You're not really dealing in, okay, this is real life, this is what's really happening. You're not really dealing in that's exactly what's going on. But when I think about the character of Robert Louis Stevenson created with Long John Silver, and of course there was another movie made. It was a cartoon. It was called Treasure Planet, and it actually took animation and it turned it into the movie. And once it came out, it broke a lot of ground with Disney. They had made the movie, and I mean, again, it was a cartoon, but I enjoyed it because it was just fun to watch. And but yeah, I mean, I think about Long John Silver. That was probably the very first pirate character that I was introduced to. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to drop my brother off and run an errand with him. But back to and really, I'm not following the movie Treasure Island or Long John Silver. They were just kind of introductory movies to the character Long John Silver. But you follow the character, and I don't know how many of you guys have actually sit and watched the television series Black Sails. But Black Sails, I thoroughly enjoyed the TV series. I believe they had it was either 3 or 4 long seasons. They did really long seasons. And you had a couple of characters that came into that. Of course, Long John Silver was a character, and another one of the characters in that TV series that is not actually a real character was the pirate Captain Flint. And of course, he was played by Toby Stephens in the series Black Sails. And I'll give some of the cast. Zach McGowan was in that movie, the TV series, and he played actually a real pirate. And that's what I loved about Black Sails, was Black Sails kind of mixed the fantasy characters and real life pirates together. And Zach McGowan actually played Charles Vane, who was actually a real life pirate. But the television series Black Sails, it had Jessica Parker, Clara Paget, Luke Arnold. It just had a lot of good characters in it. And of course, Luke Arnold was the character. He was the guy who played Long John Silver in the TV series Black Sails. And you know, what I loved about Black Sails so much was that it actually gave you the backstory of Long John Silver. and you find out in the very first season that Long John Silver kind of got suckered into being on Captain Flint's ship and being a part of his crew. And of course he was with him, and of course the whole point of Treasure Island is trying to find Captain Flint's treasure. But you find out that Long John Silver didn't really want to even be a pirate. He just kind of got roped into it. But Black Sails, I thought was a very good television series. In fact, I bought it from McKay's Books on DVDs. I bought the complete series. It wasn't real bad expensive, but if you guys haven't got to watch that TV series yet, if it pops up, I'm not sure if it's on Hulu or Netflix or something. I'm sure that it might be on Disney Plus, because Disney seems to have their foot in the door when it comes to anything to do with Long John Silver. But yeah, I mean, I just and like I said, Long John Silver was probably, he is in my top 2 to 3 favorite pirates of all time. And of course, I won't tell you my number 1 favorite pirate of all time. I'll actually do a separate video for him. But yeah, I mean, Treasure Island was, and that's a story. I mean, guys, if you're looking for a story with substance that you can, you know, let your teenagers watch, let your kids watch, find the original Treasure Island movie. It was just a great movie. I mean, I put it very high on my list for a reason, because it was just a great movie to watch. But Black Sails, of course, it takes place on kind of at the beginning of I don't want to say it's the golden age of piracy, because I'm not sure that the story was actually centered around what we would call the golden age of piracy, when pirates dominated the water. I'm sure it was in that time frame, but it was probably getting to be toward the end of the run, the end of the pirates' run. But you know, Blackbeard shows up in that series. He shows up, of course, at the end of the series, the last season. And Charles Vane and Calico Jack. I mean, there was just Bonnie. There was just a bunch of characters that came from different stories that all kind of meshed into the TV series. But this is the first pirate video, guys. It's in the bag now. And I've been wanting to do it, but I wasn't sure how I was just going to do it. And today I had to come out and run an errand, like I said, for my brother. So I thought, you know what? This is a good time. I'm not expected to do anything right now, so I'm just going to pull out the camera and I'm going to try to get at least one video shot for the pirates. And I really wanted to bring Long John Silver in first. I wanted to bring that story in first and let that be my very first pirate video. And I'll be doing others, like I said, but this one's in the bag, guys. I really love pirate movies, and it's not just watching one certain movie, and I will rewatch them over and over sometimes. But I try to let a little time get in between them. But yeah, I mean, Long John Silver was just one of those characters that kind of came along that stuck with me. And it's bad that you get one character like that plays a pirate in Robert Newton, that you kind of compare all other pirates. Well, you know, if you're going to be a pirate in a pirate movie, then you've got to at least be on Robert Newton's level. And a lot of people in the newer generations will say the same thing about Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow. Well, if you're going to play a pirate, you're going to have to get to Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp's level, because Johnny Depp just created an iconic character in Captain Jack Sparrow. But guys, First pirate video is in the bag. And I need you guys to do me a favor. If you made it this far in this video, drop down and comment your favorite pirate. If I have missed something about Captain Flint or Long John Silver or Calico Jack or Charles Vane, if I missed a movie or a TV show that had them in it, comment and let me know, and I'll try to go back and I'll try to watch it for myself. But guys, until the next time, this has been T-Bone's Tender Moments.